Well, Rocky, today I have some more MK information, and we have much more information than normal. Oh my god, you guys are like gonna shit bricks. Now, I know I haven't made a video probably like, I'd say a week or so. That's because I've been sick, and I think I recently just got over it. And it wasn't like a flu or anything like that. It was much worse. And yeah, it kind of sucked. So, I think I'm better now. I should be a little bit better. Tried to take care of it last night. But anyways, back to Mortal Kombat. Okay, so as most of you already know, the full roster has already been confirmed. So everything that you see now is legit. Now, did they say anything about download content? Actually, they did. They said that we might see more download content as for characters or guest characters or even costumes. And I know a lot of people are actually kind of getting disappointed from seeing the Mortal Kombat 1 skins that we've seen in Mortal Kombat 9. And a lot of people really want Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 costumes like the PlayStation Vita had for Mortal Kombat 9, but we want them for Mortal Kombat X. And Ed Boon has stated that that will be a very high possibility. So it's definitely not ruled out. So that's pretty awesome. And that'd be fun as hell. I mean, come on, with the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 costumes and today's, modern technology of this game and the graphics and the gameplay as well, it'd be great. Speaking of costumes, we have another costume, and this is for Sub-Zero. And I know a lot of people have seen the Gold Scorpion one that they crafted and designed. Um, and it was like I don't even know how to explain it. It was like a gold-plated one. No, it really didn't look that good. But I can't really criticize the two guys that made this because they don't really know who Scorpion is, or the way he may look. So that was like their first attempt on him. Well, anyways, I guess they did it with Sub-Zero as well, because it looks almost exactly the same. A lot of people thought it was Photoshop, but the NRS has confirmed that this is a real costume for Sub-Zero, and it was called like Cold Armor or Ice Armor or something like that. So it's pretty much the same thing for Scorpion, but I mean, it depends on if you're a fan of Little Quid, you're a fan of Ryu, so on and so on. Uh, I'm so happy about this one, guys. I've been trying to get this answered for like a half a year, and I finally got it answered. And Angry Joe from Angry Joe on YouTube finally took my question and asked it to Ed Boon, and Ed Boon finally replied to these questions that I've been trying to get him to answer, since this, or before Mortal Kombat X came out, and it was the online issues. Have they been fixed? Why were they kind of, quote, shitty in the past, pardon my French, but, bad? And, what can we do to improve it for this game? And as Angry Joe has already mentioned, and Edwin has mentioned, that they like to test it up per game, and they like to switch up, different things, see what works and what doesn't work. And obviously, as we can tell, Mortal Kombat 9's online netcon or netcode or whatever you want to call it did not work. It was just pure shit. Now, I grant it. The first couple weeks, it was kind of laggy. You would get those errors like disconnections and etc. And that's, I thought, was because, it was a new game. There was a shit ton of people on there, and, it gets a little crazy, it's like a brand new, thing. So after many years of dealing with this, I realized, it's not just so many people online, it's the actual servers that are just squat. So Ed Boon has actually told Angry Joe and the fans out there, and I'm so glad that Angry Joe actually offered to use my question to ask Ed Boon, which I'm super excited about. And they said that, they're going to be much more improved. He said we have been aware of the online capabilities in Mortal Kombat 9. He says that we are definitely not, going to do that, because that was like kind of like a test subject that they want to do. So he pretty much stated that they were going to be a hell of a lot better in Mortal Kombat X, and I hope he's right, because I mean, come on, guys. I mean, now not all of you had this problem, but I know majority of you had this problem with the online, and it was crap. It really was. So, anyways. Now, I know a lot of people have known that in the story that there is Night Wolf, Striker, Frost, Cabal, Tanya, okay, in the actual storybook. Now, a lot of people didn't know that. But, here's what caught me off guard. Okay, now a lot of people have seen Rain as in the story, but to actually have him like fight against you. Like you actually fight against the spoiler alert. It's, by the way, guys, if you have not noticed this already, there's a lot of spoiler alerts in this video. So you actually get to fight Rain, right? And apparently he's been working with Melina, but the only reason he's working with Melina is because he just wants to use her to use that amulet, which is Shinnok's amulet. But the thing is that with Shinnok's amulet, every time she uses that power, it kind of like drains her body. You know, it drains her soul. It kills her every time she uses it. And Rain, even though he's quote working with her, he's not really protecting her, so to say. I mean, he'll put on a front, but he's not really doing shit to help her. He's actually doing the opposite and making her, use the amulet as much as possible. Another thing in the story, which was in Chapter 3, which was Sub-Zero's, I noticed that Tanya was like all the Adinians were working together, and I didn't see Jade. But here's another thing, though. Do you guys remember the video that we seen with this woman? She had kind of like black hair. She was talking, like she was sitting on a chair. Nobody knew who the hell she was, and she was talking to Raiden about the amulet. Well, come to find out that that's actually Li Mei. And Li Mei is actually in the story as well, which was very, very surprising to even see that. And another thing in the story was Devora was kind of working with Cassie Cage, but she, like, we seen another part that she was with Kotal Khan, like raising him up after he got hit by I think the amulet with Melina. So I'm just like, okay, what side is Devora on? I really don't know. Really, really strange. I know that Melina hired Kano to assassinate Kotal Khan, and that didn't work worth a shit. So I figured I'd just let you guys know this. And then here we got more fatalities. And Cassie's selfie fatality is fucking hilarious. It's modern. It's just like, what the fuck? I mean, it's so ridiculous. I thought it was fake. And in this one, she will actually, I think it's a crowbar, or not a crowbar, a police baton, I'm pretty sure. Well, anyways, she hits them so hard across the bottom jawbone that their jaw just locates and snaps right off. It's just dangling there. They look like they're about to pass out, dead. Well, before they pass out and lean their head down, she grabs their head, pulls it back up, takes a picture, selfie, #selfie, and then it goes online, and like you see people, like I seen one guy's name was like Quan Cheesy. It's like, oh my god, that's an awesome pic, and like people are actually commenting it and shit, and I'm just like, this is a fatality, and I'm just like, wow. So that was pretty cool. We got to see the challenge towers in actions. I know a lot of people have already got to see that as well. And it is confirmed. One will change every hour, one will change every day, and one's kind of like for events. I know a lot of people want to know what invasions were, and invasions are kind of like the big things that you want to do. Maybe a different faction wants to challenge you and have a clan war, or maybe there's a challenge in the challenge tower that you have to do. Like, for example, they said someone like Jason. And the cool thing is that even if you don't have that character, Jason, you can still play as him when you're doing that tower, because they give you kind of like a preview of what you're in for if you're considering about buying him, or Predator, or Tremor, or Tanya, or anybody that they have. And finally, I know a lot of people have already seen this too, we get to see Goro in action, and we get to see not only his first fatality, but his second one as well. Now, I know a lot of people have already seen his first fatality, where he would kind of shove their entire head in their chest and pull out, like, their front, like, torso skin to reveal the head, and then the second one was he would actually stomp on you, and with all four of his arms, two of his arms will grab both of your hands, and the other two will grab both of your legs, and just pull you and rip you right off. And I tell you what, and a lot of people were asking me, what's a punch walk? What's a punch walk? #punch walk. And we finally found out what the punch walk was, and of course that was with Goro, and it looks OP as fuck. But in a good way. I mean, it's not going to take you down like 80%, but I mean, it's going to take you down quite a bit, especially if you get trapped in a corner or anything like that. So it's like, oh shit. So that's something to definitely look out for. Now we can confirm some things as well. Test your luck is confirmed, which we obviously do that. The Krypt is confirmed. A lot of people have been asking about that. And, by the way, we actually got to see a chance of the Krypt I say about 4 days ago, and it is actually really interactive. Now, it's not like the typical Krypt that I've seen in Mortal Kombat 9. I mean, granted, it was semi-interactive, even though we just hit one button and we had a scare pop-up, which I fucking hated to death. Uh, but in this one, you actually are walking around. It's first person. In order to get into access of different areas in the Krypt, you have to go through these puzzles, like these little, I guess, tricks. And it's really different from any other Krypt that we had. Like in Mortal Kombat Daily Alliance, we had the Krypt where it was just like coffins and we just open up with coins. And I'm pretty sure that's how we're gonna open them now. I mean, they were a little bit more unique, like in Mortal Kombat 9, where like I think in the Dead Forest, I think it was like the thing would come down to the person's mouth and pop out of their stomach, and then you get your reward. And they got stuff like that as well. There's definitely a lot more pop-up scares, just letting you guys know. So if anyone's like freaking out or like paranoid about that, they do have them. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people do. I honestly don't really like it, but the fact that it keeps me on my toes, it kind of makes it a little bit more scary when I'm walking around. In the Krypt, it's going to be pretty awesome. So, I mean, I'm for it, doesn't matter. And then we also have one more thing. There is, okay, like I said, there is a jump, scare pop-ups and all that. There was one where we seen where there was an actual wolf, like a hellhound beast, that actually came up and tried to kill you and like rip apart your flesh right away. That scared the fuck out of me. And then the one, and I know a lot of people seen this one, but there was a picture of a gigantic spider in Mortal Kombat, and they're like, what the hell does a spider have to deal with Mortal Kombat? Is it a fatality or something? No, it's actually a jump scare in the Krypt, and a spider, you're like in a arachnid cave, and there's spider webs, so if anybody has a fear of spider webs, or paranoid of them, just forewarning you. And these spiders that are fucking huge, they're like 3 feet, and will actually jump on the screen and try to like eat you, and then you would cut them, and then they'd run away or die. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. Definitely gonna be excited for the Krypt. Like I said, it is first person. There's a lot of puzzles and to unlock and all that. Obviously, Test Your Might is back, and it is confirmed that it'll be in there. Let's see what else we have here. I honestly think Mileena and Cage is going to be the main protagonist in this game. I don't know why, but I noticed Mileena is having a bigger role, and so is Johnny Cage, and even Sony a little bit. So I thought that was really cool. Everyone, let's see here. Oh yeah, the Combat Pack. A lot of people didn't know about this, but the Combat Pack characters such as Predator, Tremor, Tanya, and etc., they will have their own intros, so it's not going to be, like when we had Rain in Mortal Kombat 9, how he didn't say nothing, So it's going to be really cool about that. Here's one that we found out. I found this out actually about 2 weeks ago, but I figured I'd let you guys know this, even though I'm pretty sure maybe you already seen this. Okay, but obviously we know that Shinnok is the final boss in Mortal Kombat X, right? Okay, but from the people that played the hellacious game of Mortal Kombat Mythologies, which I can't really criticize because I liked it, but God, it was a pain in the ass, man. You missed that fucking jump and you fall into your death. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so, hold on, I'm gonna get off topic here, but the fact that you had a button to fucking switch sides in Mythologies, seriously? You know how many fucking times people died from that? Okay, shut up now. So, Mortal Kombat Mythologies, okay, you had to fight Shinnok, and of course you had to fight Quan Chi, and the Brotherhood of Shadow, the 3 girls, Jateka, I think it was Kia, and then Serena. Okay, well anyways, you had to fight Shinnok. Shinnok was a bitch. Seriously, he was a straight up bitch. But the thing is that when you did a certain thing, I think it was through the story, you had like a good ending and a bad ending, if I recall, and there was one part where he turned into a full-blown fucking demon, and you were just like, oh shit, like, I think you could have fought him, I'm pretty sure, and I think you could have killed him, but it was extremely, extremely hard. Well, the reason I bring this up is because of Mortal Kombat X, they brought that back. So even though you fight 2 whole rounds with him, it doesn't matter, it's all about that last round. That last round, he will turn to a full-blown demon, and he is absolutely hard and absolutely cheap. I mean, he is as bad as Shao Kahn with this fucking Warhammer. So, just letting you guys know, when you actually do face your final boss of Shinnok, in his demon form, heads up, because he's gonna fucking rip your head off and throw it into a portal. Like, no lie, that's exactly what he does. He will fucking rip your head off and throw it in a portal, so little pun there. But anyways, yeah, I figured I'd let you guys know all this information. Sorry I haven't talked to you guys sooner. I've been sick. So, anyways, this has been Wild Rocker, and we got less than a week, guys, and you'll definitely see my ass on there. Peace out, guys.